Hi everybody, Jesse here from the PlantStock channel. Tonight I have some interesting Eat Beyond news and some news regarding one of their investments, Good Natured Products. A couple of days ago on Wednesday, an NFL Super Bowl event was started, Madden the Yard Legends Challenge. This is an esports event that Eat Beyond is sponsoring. Also, Good Natured just got their revenue results for 2020 and it does look very promising. In the end of these separate news items, I will give my own thoughts and opinions on these latest news events, so stay tuned. If you press for time, I have put my timestamps down in the description. And before we get to it, guys, I would surely appreciate an early thumbs up since it will help the channel reach a larger audience. And if you want to keep getting more info regarding Eat Beyond and other plant-based companies, make sure to subscribe. And please don't forget that bell button. Guys, thank you very much. I really appreciate you. Now, if we just take a quick look at the stock chart for ticker symbol EATS, we can see the last 5 days it's been doing fairly well. It's gone up around 20%. Now it's around plus 16, 17%. So still very good. And for all of you who don't have the opportunity to invest in EATS, there is a possibility through their OTC version, EATS BF. And if we move on to the news, well, so-called news, this was on Wednesday, we see that Eat Beyond sponsors ESTV, NFL Alumni Association, American Cancer Society Super Bowl event. And this is an event that started on Wednesday and is going to keep going up until tomorrow on Sunday. And there will be daily events, including gaming tournaments. There's going to be different kinds of networking events, broadcasting, and extensive social media interaction. And obviously, this is going to be a live streamed event through Esports TV, and you'll be able to watch it across different kinds of channels like Amazon Fires, Samsung TV, Roku TV, and more. So how will this work? Well, according to the article, quote, participants will be playing Madden, which is a football video game series. Participants will include representatives from the MLB, NFL, WNBA, MLS, well-known athletes, and other celebrities, including Super Bowl champion and former New England Patriot Shane Vereen, four-time Pro Bowl star running back for the Green Bay Packers, Amon Green, former Chicago Bear Brock Vereen, and MLB outfielder Kyle Tucker, and more. And this is what Patrick Morris, the CEO of Eat Beyond, had to say. We're anticipating about 20 plus celebrities throughout the week joining the event and playing the game live. This is an excellent opportunity for Eat Beyond to connect with the Gen Z demographic via esports. More and more well-known and successful athletes have been adopting a plant-based diet in recent years, so we believe that this audience will be receptive to Eat Beyond's presence at the event and excited to learn more about our portfolio companies. And the way that they're going to show this advertisement is via in-game advertising, commercial spots, and social media features, and more. And the CEO from ESTV, Eric Yoon, had this to say: we're thrilled to welcome Eat Beyond to our roster of supporters. Plant-based and natural foods are increasingly making their mark on professional sports, and now we are seeing the same happen in esports. We love the idea of seeing the industry move in a more sustainable and healthy direction. So guys, I'm really interested to hear your opinion on this. Do you think this is a smart move by Eat Beyond? And where do you see this going? Please feel free to comment down below. So what are my thoughts on this latest news? I think this is a smart and strategic move by Eat Beyond. By targeting the Gen Z demographics, this will give them an exposure to a group that is more aware of the health implications of what they put in their bodies, but they are also much more concerned about the ongoing problems with the environment. And I think it's a simple answer to why they are more concerned with the environment than many other generational groups. The reason being that they are the ones that are going to inherit this mess that older generations has left for them. Yes, a lot of people don't have a positive view of this next generation of citizens. The usual outlook is that Gen Z generation only cares about their looks, self-centered, and are overly shallow as a group. But is this really true? Or at the very least, is this a nuanced perspective? Let's not forget that it is my generation and the older generations that has created this global mess for younger and future generations to inherit. It is also the older generation that have a much harder time to change their habits and think about others. Research has pointed to the fact that young people tend to behave more sustainably in the form of eating more responsibly, meaning eating less meat and dairy, paying more attention to problems such as our oceans being filled with plastics, deforestation, and trying to actively buy more organic food when possible. And how does this relate to investing, you might ask? Well, according to research, around three quarters, 72% of Gen Zers express that when it comes to investing, they prefer responsible investing that could lead to a more sustainable outcome. So that should mean that plant-based companies like Eat Beyond would be a perfect candidate, but on many different levels. Not only would it benefit Eat Beyond and its investors if Gen Z investors bought Eat Beyond, but if they start buying other stocks that are part of the Eat Beyond portfolio, this in turn would lead to that their current portfolio net worth would grow, which would lead to that even more investors would buy in. And considering that several of the companies in their portfolio are companies that has plant-based food, something that does seem to be on the Gen Z radar, but furthermore, since they care about the oceans in regards to plastic, good nature products would align perfectly with this group of people, considering what their main focus is. Guys, if you're interested in good nature products, make sure you stay tuned, as I will also speak more about them next. And this takes us to the next news item this week, and that is Eat Beyond's investment in good nature products. Their stock has performed incredibly well this week. It's been up to almost 45%, and overall, the last 2 to 3 weeks, it's up a total of 65%. And this is not surprising considering that they have had a fantastic year. But before we talk about their revenue for 2020, let's just take a quick look at what kind of company they are. Quote, Good Nature makes plant-based products more readily accessible with a goal of delivering meaningful environmental and social impact. Good Nature offers over 385 products and services through wholesale and retail channels, including their own e-commerce stores. This includes plant-based home organization products, compostable food containers, bioplastic industrial supplies, and medical packaging. And if we take a quick look at what they actually create and sell, they do have bioplastic food packaging that is stackable and resealable and is plant-based. And also one of the big things that they do sell is compostable takeout containers and bioplastic home and business products with 85% plant-based materials and no BPAs. And also have this kinds of wrapping plastic that is made of 51% plant-based content. And it's extra clear to make scanning easy peasy, according to the site. So if we take a look at the news regarding their fiscal revenue for 2020, it looks like that the overall growth for the whole year, the revenue was $16.4 million up to $16.7 million. And if we just look at the fourth quarter and compare it with the year over year quarter, they went up around 98 to 110% between 5 million to 5.3 million. And what is the reason for this? Quote, These strong results were driven by both organic growth and successful acquisitions. Several successful projects were executed, including the launch of an optimized e-commerce website serving both Canada and the US, as well as successful entry into the medical and pharmaceutical industry with packaging for COVID-19 testing kits and personal protective equipment such as COVID-19 medical face shields. And that just goes to show, like with any story, that there is always an upside with every sad story. Rona has severely cleaned house with a lot of companies and businesses out there. So much hardships for so many people. But in this case, it seems that it has been a very profitable opportunity for Good Natured. And we've seen this before with several other companies, not the least plant based companies like the Very Good Butchers, the companies that have quickly adapted to the new circumstance. If they had the possibility to do so, are the ones that survive and in some cases even prosper. People, what are your thoughts about Good Nature products? And I'm interested to know if anyone would like me to do a more in-depth view of the company. Please let me know down in the comments. The CEO of Eat Beyond, Patrick Morris, had this to say: Good Natured makes some of the best plant-based alternatives to traditional petroleum-based packaging that I have seen on the market. I believe they are truly on the path to building North America's leading earth-friendly product company. We are very happy to see demand for their products continue to grow, benefiting our shareholders and also having a positive impact on the planet. So, what are my thoughts and opinions on this? It's important to highlight that this is still a really small cap company, right? That is worth around 200 million Canadian dollars and at 170 million American dollars in the OTC version. But it has actually been around for many years already, and as a stock, it has already grown over 400%. And the most important thing is that they are placed in a very interesting and important market. Everything that has to do with the environment and sustainability has the chance of growing massively, especially if the product is relevant and if they have a CEO and a management team that steers them in the right direction. The revenue for 2020 definitely points to the fact that they have a relevant product. And I feel that this is an exciting concept. I do see a lot of potential for exponential growth. I mean, everyone uses plastics. It's basically everywhere in our daily lives. If we could replace many of these plastic items and different containers with plant-based versions, I really imagine that the sky is the limit for a company like this. And being a Canadian-based business, it is even more intriguing that Canada plans on banning single-use plastic by the end of the year. And this is obviously something that many other countries will eventually follow. Where I am at, in Sweden, the government has put a high tax on plastic bags and they are already trying to implement bags that are made of something better for the environment. This will be interesting to follow in the years to come, for sure. And again, if you want me to look more into this company, let me know down below in the comments. Well, that was it for today, guys. If you got some value from today's video, please smash that like button. And if you want to keep getting info on Eat Beyond and other plant-based companies, make sure to subscribe. And as always, don't forget that bell button. And like I think most of you know by now, this was not financial advice. These were just my own thoughts and opinions. It's important to always do your own due diligence and invest safe. I hope to see you soon. Thank you for today. Peace out.